Following their innings defeat by the West Indies in the Lord's Test, England come to Headingley for the first of 2 matches for the Prudential Trophy. 55 overs each innings, 11 overs maximum for each bowler. So in addition to the Prudential Trophy and the £1,000 for the winners of the match, England's reputation is at stake. There's some new faces in the England side. They have a new captain, Mike Dennis. Here they are practicing with some of the West Indians in the nets. And an unusual sight there, Jeff Boycott testing the bounce of the pitch. You don't often see that before a match. Mike Dennis starts his career as England's captain by losing the toss to Canai, but perhaps he comforts himself that in all the Prudential matches so far, the side batting second has won. Willis, at present the fastest bowler in England, opens from the Kirksville Lane end off his new short run to the left-handed Fredericks. There he is, practicing out a stroke, who has Foster as his partner. First ball then. Willis to Fredericks. He lets that one go through, taken by Taylor. Willis again. And this time Fredericks gets a lucky one off the edge, goes past Gregg at second slip for 4 runs. Hendrick there retrieving the ball. Willis to Fredericks again. Ooh, and he plays and misses. This is the last ball now of Willis's second over. And this time Fredericks gets a touch. He's well caught by Gregg at second slip, and the West Indies then are 4 for 1 with Fredericks out for 4. There's Hendrick marking out his run. Canai joins Foster, who is now facing Hendrick in Hendrick's second over. Hendrick is bowling well to a full length in his first match for England. Oh, and Foster gets off the mark with a lucky one past Dennis in the gully, who makes a diving attempt to catch it. A good effort that by Dennis. Looks as if it stung his hands a bit. Hendrick now to Canai. And Canai straight away asserts his authority with a lovely drive through extra cover for 4. Gives the small boy a chance of doing a spot of fielding down there. 2 overs later, Canai faces Hendrick again. And this time hits him for another 4, bit straighter down to long off. Canai again. Hendrick holds that one back a bit and nearly gets caught and bowled high and wide to his left. A good effort. Canai. The England bowlers are bowling tight and well, but there is a superb square cut for 4 off a short ball from Hendrick. A 4 all the way, and after 13 overs, West Indies are 36 for 1. Old has replaced Willis, and it's Foster's turn. And that's a nice stroke, just tipping off his legs there for 4, down to square leg, and that brings the 50 up. Jeff Boycott getting the ball there from the crowd. Charlie Elliott, the umpire, not a sweaters, although it's a fine day. And this is the next ball. And another fine stroke, this time for 4 through the covers, right up to the pavilion. Very good crowd, appreciating it all. And this is Old to Foster again. And this time a sizzling drive, and it gives Willis no chance at all as it runs up the hill there to the Chad stand. 4 more runs for Foster. Underwood. And here is Old. And he gets his revenge. Foster is brilliantly caught in the gully by Gregg, who flings the ball away as if he'd been stuck. Foster made a nice 25, and West Indies are 65 for 2 in the 19th over. And the newcomer, Clive Lloyd. Dennis making a change here. Underwood comes on at the football end. It's Canai, and Canai sends the half volley soaring over Gregg's head at long on, and it's 6 into the crowd, down in the right-hand corner of the football stand. Underwood again. And a fine stop by Hayes saves a certain 4. Good fielding. This is Old, bowling to Lloyd. And he on-drives him there, through mid-wicket. I don't think he'll go for 4. Being chased by Fletcher as usual, losing his cap. And in fact, it's 3 runs. Now Lloyd turns his attention to Underwood. And he drives this one like a bullet down to the football stand, down that hill, racing away for 4. Lloyd's on the rampage now. This is Old, and he hits Old. It's going for 6, a giant 6, over long on into the trees up at that far end. Next ball. Hits this one straighter, but this time it's only 4. But the West Indies score is now 95 for 2 off only 23 overs, a run rate of just over 4 runs and over. Underwood making adjustments. Bowling to Canai. And he skies this one, and it coming down to log on, and Grigg makes a good catch there. It's his 3rd catch of the innings. West Indies 115 for 3 off 28 overs, and Canai a splendid 55 with a 6 and 5 falls, applauded there by Fletcher. And this is Calichuran coming out to join Lloyd. He faces Willis. Oh, and appears to give a catch to Hayes at first slip. Hayes sitting there talking to Grigg, obviously thinks it out. Bit of doubt about it. There's umpire Fagg shaking his head. Hayes still thinks it's out. Taylor seems a little bit doubtful. Anyhow, Calichuran gets the benefit of the doubt. Willis again to his fellow Warwickshire player, Calichuran. Plays this one down to 3rd man. Hendrick the fielder. 1 run and a nice throw back. Hayes and Grigg in the slips there together, crouching as Lloyd has the bowling. Oh, and he plays right across the line, head in air, and is bowled by Willis off stump for a typically aggressive 31. West Indies now 132 for 4 after 35 overs. And Sobers has joined Calichuran. Here he is, Calichuran facing Willis, and is sent scampering back by a very good bit of fielding by Boycott. Very quick mover between the wickets, Calichuran. Willis bowling with great fire. And this one sizzles along the ground and finds the edge of Calichuran's bat, goes to Hayes at first slip. No run from that. Old now from the football stand end to Sobers. And he gets a touch and is well caught by Taylor, moving away to his left. So Sobers out for naught, and West Indies 133 for 5 in the 38th over. Bad walk back for Sobers. Julian comes in, and he faces Old. Takes guard from Charlie Elliott. So it's Old now to Julian. Plays that one quite nicely. Julian again, facing Old. And this time he gets a touch. He, just like Sobers, gives a catch to Taylor. He's out for naught. West Indies 133 for 6. Boyce comes into bat, and it's Underwood coming on to bowl to Calichuran. And a brilliant leg side stumping by Taylor. He was completely unsighted, but took the ball like the great wicketkeeper that he is. Calichuran 26, West Indies 158 for 7 in the 46th over as the bearded Murray comes in. Underwood bowling to him. Gets off the mark there with a single. Nicely taken one. First ball. Boyce has been very quiet for him. Here he is facing Underwood, and he's yorked. Yorked by Underwood for 7. The West Indies 159 for 8. And the new batsman Holder facing Grigg. Well, not a bad stroke. Looks like a single there. Fletcher throws back, hits the stumps. They're going to get one for the overthrow, so that's 2 to Holder. This now is the 54th over. The score is 181 for 8, and Holder faces Hendrick. Goes for a big hit, and he skied it, and there's old underneath it, a deep mid off. Holder is out for 10. Hendrick's first wicket for England. With 10 balls to go, Gibbs joins Murray. Hendrick bowling to Murray, no slip, no short leg. They go for a single, it's gone to Smith a bit on, and he hits the stumps, and Murray is run out, so Gibbs never gets a ball, and West Indies, who since lunch have lost their last 7 wickets for only 59 runs, are 181 all out in 54 overs. England's bowling, Old 3 for 34, Underwood 3 for 30, Willis 2 for 29, and Hendrick 1 for 27. So England's target, 182, a comparatively easy one. So England's target, 182, a comparatively easy one. Crowd basking in the sun, a hot day here at Headingley, and Boycott and Smith open for England. Boycott taking guard. And a few press-ups like Knott. He encourages Sobers to do the same, a little bit of limbering up. So it's Sobers to bowl to Boycott. There's some doubt about Boycott's fitness. He's been suffering from nosebleeds, not too fit. All right. This is Holder from the Kirksall Lane end, bowling to Smith. Smith gets off the mark there with a 2 down to third man. Quite a confident stroke. Foster the fielder. Nice return. Holder again. This one, a little bit off the thick edge, down to Foster, shot through for a single. Balls from the Chad stand. And this is Boycott's first ball from Holder. And it leaves him, he gets an edge, he goes to Canai at first slip, who makes the catch. And so sick-looking Boycott is out for naught in front of his home crowd, and England are 3 for 1. A tricky moment and a big challenge for Mike Denness in his first innings as England's captain. There he is, facing Holder. And a misfield by Gibbs in the gully, and Denness gets a single down to third man, and Foster again does the fielding. That takes Denness up to the other end. He faces Sobers. And a confident appeal there for LBW, but it looked too high and missing the off stump. Sobers again to Denness. And a lovely one off the back foot through the covers. One of Denness's favourite strokes, 4 runs. Boyce throwing back. West Indies throwing very good. At the start of the 9th over, England have only scored 12. Denness facing Sobers. And gets him away nicely on the offside. Caligiran chasing him there. And does well to save a 4, just 2 runs. Four balls later. And a fine on drive to Foster, facing it there at long on. Gets Denness just for saving for 3 more runs. Not such a good throw that time. This is Sobers to Smith. And Smith's best stroke so far, 4 through extra cover, which takes England to 25 for 1. Smith and Denness here scored steadily, and in the 21st over, that's Boyce bowling to Denness, and he's nearly caught and bowled. Boyce doing a good job there, trying to get it. bowling to the Ness. This time he makes no mistake, times up one beautifully. 4 runs, beating little Kalicharan at mid-off. Runs coming much faster now. Here's Deness, facing up to Julian. And that's another 4. Down to backward square leg. Kalicharan waits for the ball. And the score at tea after 23 overs is 69 for 1, exactly 3 runs per over, and only a fraction under the required rate to win. And here's the 3rd over after tea, and Smith is given out LBW, shuffling across there to Julian. He's done that once too often, and he's made the useful 31, and England are 74 for 2. Hayes joins his captain, Deness. Julian bowling to him. And a nice juicy square cut, a typical aggressive stroke by Hayes. 4 runs. And Hayes again. Look at that bat in the air. Julian the bowler. And another 4, this time down to a deep mid-wicket. Boyce chasing it there to no avail. Now this is Gibbs' 5th over since tea. Deness is the batsman. Oh, and he's dropped at mid-wicket by Sobers of all people, and not a very hard chance at that. Now Hayes facing Julian. And he gets a faint touch down the leg side. He's caught by Murray. He's out for 9, and England, with a longish tail to come, are 93 for 3 in the 34th over. Fletcher is the new batsman, but somehow Headingley is not his lucky ground. Here he is facing up the holder, and an appeal. He's given out LBW, so he's out for 2, and England in the 36th over are 95 for 4 and getting into serious trouble. Grigg has now joined Deness, and here's Deness facing up to Gibbs, and that one brings up the 100, a lofted drive, and it's gone for 4 down to long on. Holder now to Grigg. He holds his bat in the air too. And that one, gorgeous off drive, going right through there, although Julian made a good effort to stop it with that dive. 4 runs to Grigg. Grigg again. This one not so good, off the edge, a sharp chance through Sobers' legs at slip. 2 runs, Foster running round the field. Gibbs is bowling his usual good length and line, bowls to Grigg. And a single there, fielded by the lively little Kalicharan. Again, a good throw. Deness facing Gibbs. He sweeps him, and it's Kalicharan again, turning what looked like a certain 4 into a 2 with another magnificent throw. With 14 overs left, England still needs 63 to win at 4.5 runs per over, so they've got to get a move on. Holder bowling to Grigg. And he gives a sharp chance there to Fredericks at mid-wicket, but he gets 2 runs for the stroke. Grigg again. That's a better one. Nice one off his legs. Mid-wicket, Boyce chasing again. That's 3 runs. 3 to Grigg. Now it's Deness's turn to join in the chase. Holder bowling to him. And he hits him round a square leg. That's 4 runs. That's Deness's 6-4. 9 runs off that over from Holder. Gibbs now bowling to Grigg. Takes a single there on the leg side. And Now 3 overs later, Gibbs to Donness, who goes for the sweep and is bowled round his legs for a fine 66. A happy start to his captaincy of England. So England 143 for 5, 10 overs left, 39 runs still needed. Applause from the generous Yorkshire crowd. And old Yorkshireman comes out to join Greg, who faces Boyce. He hits him round to square leg. That's going for 4, and it brings the 150 up. Greg now facing Sobers. Good running between the wickets. Another single there. Every run counts. So that gives Old the strike. Oh, and he's bowled neck and crop, middle stump by Sobers. And England now are 157 for 6, and with only 6 overs to go, 25 runs are still needed. Greg and wicketkeeper Taylor push the score along in singles until in this 52nd over, here's Taylor, and he hits that one over mid-on. Yes, it's going up for 4. 4 runs to Taylor there, and it's retrieved up there by that gentleman coming out from the crowd. 3 overs to go, 12 runs still needed. Greg facing Sobers. Here you get a single there, goes to Gibbs a bit on, goes back to Murray on the half volley. And it's Sobers to Taylor. Calls for a quick single. But a brilliant throw by Calichuran. He's run out, hitting the stumps of the bowler's end. So England 171 for 7, still 11 runs short of victory. And a lot now depends on Greg. There's a little conference with the new batsman, Hendrick, surprisingly sent in so early above Willis. This is the last ball of the over. Bowled by Sobers. And a lucky one through the empty space at slip. It's going up for 4 runs. So 2 overs to go, 7 runs needed, 3 wickets to fall. Hendrick facing Boyce. Well, not classical stroke by any means. But anyhow, he gets his run, and now 6 runs are needed. Next ball, Greg faces Boyce. He goes for a big hit to leg, gets an outside edge, and skies it to Sobers at cover, and he's out for a gallant 48, and the chips now are really down. Terrific excitement all round the ground. 6 runs still needed. The batsman cross, so it's Hendrick to face Boyce. Oh, he made a terrible shot and he's bowled all ends up for 1. England now 176 for 9. So as the last man, Underwood, joins Willis, England have to get 6 runs off 9 balls. Here's Underwood nudging that one for a single. Fine bit of fielding, but 1 run there, and now 5 to win. Willis nicks that one off his legs for another single. And with Underwood failing to score off the 6th ball, England need 4 runs off the last over, bowled by Sobers. Here he is, bowling to Willis. No run there. So 5 balls to go, 4 runs needed. Sobers again to Willis. And this time they'll certainly get 1 run, and they're going to get 2 Calichuran fields. So 2 runs there, and now it's 4 balls to go and 2 to win. Sobers to Willis. And this is it. A thick edge or classic cover drive, whichever you like, it doesn't matter. They run 2 runs, and Willis bangs the ground down there in his delight. England have won by 1 wicket with 3 balls to spare, the closest finish so far in any of the Prudential matches. And the excited crowd begin to converge, first of all, on the players. And then they follow them there to the pavilion to watch the presentations. They've really seen a great day's cricket. And it was also a great triumph for Mike Denness, captaining England for the first time. First of all, he's presented with the £1,000 for the winning team, and here he is just about to receive now the Man of the Match award from Mr. James Ramsden, a director of the Prudential. Well done, Mike Denness. And as the sun sets on Headingley, England are 1 up in the series.